prior to the remodel, we had several issues with the bathroom. We were having some plumbing issues. We had a built-in garden tub and it was spitting out some kind of black greasy stuff. And we had a light fixture that was no longer working and a fan, exhaust fan was no longer adequate. So we were in need of a refresh and an update to our bathroom. Well, we had started out in searching for a contractor. We were going to go back to the people who had built our house, and we left emails, and we had left a message, and they never got back to us because we were actually going to start the process just by replacing some things. And then we realized as more and more things after COVID began to go wrong, we were probably looking at a more extensive remodel. And I had seen the Remodeling Journey because it's next door. I get my hair cut. So one day I said, well, let's just stop in there after I get my hair cut. And I mentioned it to my hairdresser and she goes, oh, somebody who works here had them do their kitchen and they just loved the results. And we said, well, we're definitely going to go next door. And that's how it all started. We weren't sure what we wanted the bathroom to look like. We knew we did not want the garden tub anymore. We knew we wanted it a little more simplistic. It had a lot of tile. We wanted it more modern and fresh and very light filled. They did a great job with the 3D renderings. It was, we were able to see what it was going to look like. And Adrian and Justin were able to change things. And we were like, what about this color or what about this? And they were able to change it. So it was fabulous.
Probably what sold me was the preview. I mean, I like the personalities, I like everything else and the people involved, but the actual preview was a real deal maker for me.
The only issue that came up was with the shower. It ended up that the door, because we had changed this vanity and made it one beside the shower and made it longer, it ended up that the shower wasn't quite wide enough, so we just got together, kind of brainstormed about it, and realized the best solution was we were going to have to move the wall out a little bit. And they came and they had the wall all moved in a day, and they fixed the tile, and there was really no issue at all. They seemed to have a great rapport, and they all seemed to work well together, the contractors, the subcontractors, and there never seemed to be any problem whenever we had a question, and they were willing to adjust anything in our schedule, and it was just excellent situation.
Scheduling was, I would say, literally seamless. One group would, on some certain days, one craft group would leave while the other one was pulling in. They were literally just swapping spots and parking spots. But it was quite impressive.
Yes, we did use the job track, because sometimes we wanted to know what time they were going to be there in case we had things that we needed to do or leave. And Brian would always email me to let me know approximately when workers would be there, so we could plan our day if we had to, like go to the grocery store, run to a doctor's appointment, or something like that, had things to do. So it worked great to be able to tell where we were on the project and who was going to be there working and doing what. The total schedule, they came in on time, and actually I would say it was done a little bit early. We just had to wait for the glass to come in because that was the last thing to be installed, and it came in on budget. I had one change order and we took care of that early, and so they were right on budget. No, I don't think we felt stressed out because they cleaned up after themselves. We would get up in the morning and turn the lights on and unlock the back door and make sure the car was out of the way so they could get in and out of the back door, and they came and went, and it was pretty seamless, so there really wasn't any stress on our part.
The attitude of the workers was remarkably, I don't know exactly what the right word was. It was so much fun to have them around.
I like it all. I don't know if I can pick a favorite part.
So far, the visual aspect is the favorite part because I haven't got to use it yet.
The weight and investment were definitely worth it. I mean, I can't believe how gorgeous this bathroom looks. It looks like something out of a magazine, so I'm just totally pleased.
Yeah, best money, investments, best money we've spent in several years.
I think people should consider Remodeling Journey because they are very easy to work with. They are upfront about costs and what they can and can't do. They work well with their subcontractors. They're very attentive to your needs, and if you want anything changed, they'll help you work through that process. We had one little hiccup with the floor because the flooring that we had chosen was not in stock, and that would have delayed the project 6 weeks. So Adria went back to the drawing board. She found a different tile. I came in and looked at it, and she had the board all set up with the new selection, and I'm actually happier with the one we ended up with than the one we chose because it's a little bit lighter, and I think it works well in the room. So they're just really a delight to work with. Very professional and very good quality of workmanship. And in fact, we're going to use them for another project starting in a month or so.